In the quiet fields of North Carolina, there exists a small plot of land that hides a terrifying secret, one that could have killed millions and altered history forever. This land, purchased by the US Army from a farmer, holds the remnants of one of the most dangerous nuclear incidents in history. This is the story of the Goldsboro incident, an event that nearly turned a quiet night in January 1961 into a global catastrophe. On January 24, 1961, just after midnight, a B-52 Stratofortress bomber was cruising above North Carolina skies as part of Operation Chrome Dome. This Cold War-era operation was the United States' strategy to maintain a constant nuclear deterrence. Bombers like the B-52 patrolled the skies 24/7, armed with nuclear weapons, ready to strike at a moment's notice if the Soviet Union launched an attack. On this particular mission, the B-52 carried two Mark 39 hydrogen bombs, each with a destructive power 250 times greater than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The flight had begun at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in Goldsboro, but a problem arose mid-mission. A fuel leak was detected in the aircraft's right wing. Refueling in the air was a routine procedure, but the leak had worsened due to the structural stress of prolonged flight. This small issue rapidly escalated into a crisis. The leaking fuel made the aircraft too heavy to land safely, forcing the crew to circle the area to burn off the excess fuel. As the aircraft flew over North Carolina, dumping thousands of liters of fuel, the stress on the airframe became unmanageable. At 10,000 feet, the crew lost control of the bomber. The structural integrity of the aircraft gave way, causing the tail section to shear off. The captain ordered the crew to eject. Out of the 8 crew members, 5 managed to eject successfully, but 3 tragically lost their lives. The disintegrating aircraft spiraled downward, taking its lethal cargo with it. The 2 hydrogen bombs detached from the aircraft as it broke apart. The first bomb's parachute deployed, significantly slowing its descent, while the second bomb fell freely at supersonic speeds, embedding itself deep into the wet farmland. Despite their terrifying power, these bombs were equipped with multiple safety mechanisms designed to prevent accidental detonation. However, the safeguards of one bomb failed. The first bomb, slowed by its parachute, landed relatively intact. Its arming mechanism activated, leaving it one electrical switch away from detonation. The second bomb, though buried deep in the ground, had its safety features work as intended, preventing a disaster. When bomb disposal experts arrived, they were faced with a grim reality. The first bomb, weighing over 3,000 kilograms, was fully armed and could have triggered a nuclear explosion that would have wiped out large portions of North Carolina, with fallout potentially reaching major cities like Washington, D.C. and New York. The detonation could have caused millions of deaths and untold destruction, with effects reverberating globally due to radioactive fallout. The second bomb posed a different challenge. It had sunk over 6 meters into the wet soil. Efforts to retrieve it were only partially successful. While parts of the bomb were removed, the uranium core of the weapon remained lost, buried in the farmland. After exhaustive attempts, the site was declared off-limits, and the land was purchased by the US Army to ensure it would remain undisturbed. To this day, approximately 6 kilograms of plutonium are still buried under that patch of land. The Goldsboro incident highlighted the fragility of nuclear safety protocols during the Cold War. Despite numerous layers of safety, the event revealed how close the world came to an unthinkable disaster. It wasn't just about the loss of human lives. A nuclear detonation on US soil would have eroded trust in the government, escalated tensions with the Soviet Union, and possibly triggered World War III. This incident was one of at least 32 broken arrow incidents, a term used to describe accidents involving nuclear weapons. Each event serves as a reminder of the thin line between peace and devastation during the nuclear age. Today, that small patch of farmland in North Carolina remains a silent witness to the Cold War's dangerous legacy. Although fenced off and monitored, the buried plutonium serves as a haunting reminder of how close the world came to disaster. The Goldsboro incident wasn't the only close call, but it remains one of the most chilling examples of how human error and technical failure could have rewritten history.